What did you learn differently? Anything? Anything? Anybody in the first row there got anything to add that I didn't say that maybe you picked up?
They're actual primary rockets.
They were, yeah. I messed that up. They actually were that type of rocket, so that's good. You picked that up. Although it didn't seem to frighten Jackson's men. They said they looked sort of pretty. Isn't that what they said, or something to that effect? Anybody else in this row have anything? How about you guys?
We say that the war was over 2 weeks before.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, that'll be next. But actually, they had the Treaty of Ghent. We'll give you some dates on that. But the Treaty of Ghent actually was signed prior to the Battle of New Orleans. But the people kind of put 2 and 2 together and did, got the timeline kind of screwed out. And so he basically stated they thought he won the war for him. Became very, very popular. So that's a good one. Anything else? Anybody? How about this row?
He was given a telescope to look after the British.
Yeah, he was given an astronomer gave him a telescope so he could look at the British from the top of the plantation. That was kind of interesting.
So it was only one trench, multiple trenches.
I think it was just one trench.
I don't know, that's what they said. I don't know, I was asking a question.
Yeah.
Was it one or-
I think it was multiple. Yeah, multiple trenches. But anyway, any others? How about you guys? Any of the rest of you?
General
Pakenham?
yeah, he had defeated Napoleon.
Yeah, is that pretty impressive? That same army that he brought to New Orleans was the one that had defeated Napoleon when Napoleon decided he had had enough of trying to conquer Europe and Great Britain. That's very good. Anything else? I wrote a couple things down to see if you'd pick up. So it wasn't just Tennessee militia. He picked up some other. Remember he picked up some other militia from Mississippi and from Kentucky. Militiamen didn't have much of a life or much to do, and so that's what they did. They were kind of hired guns. Where'd the cannon fire come at night from? On a boat from sea, but a boat on the Mississippi that was docked in the Mississippi. Very good. Now, why was it so doggone dark? Pitch black. No move. Very good. Then did you notice that he had a little bit of a defense problem on the right side over here? He had nowhere to protect this flank. And so what did he positioned himself so how would they protect his flank? What was over here protecting his flank? River and swampland. So he strategically put this in a place where the British would have to come at him. They couldn't come this way. You see what I'm saying? And go through swampland. That was pretty bright on his part.
Wasn't there a canal going this way?
Yeah. Yeah.
They had to cross through that too.
Yep. We said the rockets were rather pretty. Why? During the second assault, when Pakenham brought in those bigger guns, why didn't he just attack? Why didn't he make his third assault the second assault? Did he pick that up? He knew that if he marched them in to, the fortifications, there would be high casualties. Well, finally, after his big cannons got all gummed up with the sugar, melted sugar, he decided he couldn't wait any longer, and that's when he sent the assault in, right? Is that correct, how you picked that up? And despite the fact they were getting blown to bits by this shrapnel, they just kept on it coming. And then what else? Why was he waiting to fire the rocket? What was some of the redcoats supposed to do before he marched on? They were supposed to build and set ladders in the trench so that they would have an easy access out, and they never got that done. He got impatient and fired the signal rocket, and it turned into a big disaster. So, over 2,000 redcoats killed, wounded, or captured, and 24 Americans were either killed or wounded. Obviously, there weren't any captured because they didn't capture anybody. And the Treaty of Ghent, which we'll talk about, actually happened 2 weeks earlier than the Battle of New Orleans, but it gave everybody the thought that we had won the War of 1812. So tomorrow, we're not going to lecture. I'm going to come up with some sort of a video tomorrow, and then we'll start the Treaty of Ghent on Monday, and you can kind of see the timeline of it, what we gained from it, if it was worth it, that type of thing. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to move into the presidency of James Monroe, and we're going to talk about the Industrial Revolution. We're going to talk about Eli Whitney and some of these inventions that came in, the idea of interchangeable parts, those types of things. And so you guys probably aren't looking at an exam until early, not next week, but the week after that, I guess. We'll probably spend next week finishing this up. It's a fairly long topic, subtopic area, so we'll go from there. Okay? All right. Battle of New Orleans, a good one.